Pricing your work. Pricing your first piece of art or your 100th can be an extremely challenging task. Set the price too low, you'll have sales, but then you feel like you didn't get what you were worth. Set the price too high and your artwork could start stacking up in your studio. So how do you find the middle ground, that sweet spot? We've compiled 5 important to-dos and don'ts for pricing your art to help you ensure that your work gets a deserving home. Do research the prices of comparable artists. Thoroughly researching your market will give you a better idea of how to price your art. Consider other artists' work that is comparable in style, medium, color, size. Also look at those artists' accomplishments, experience, location, and production rate. Then search online or visit galleries and open studios and see their art in person. Learn what these artists charge and why, as well as what price sells and what doesn't. This information can be an excellent gauge to help you ensure your pricing is in the right ballpark. Don't undersell yourself. Think about a reasonable hourly wage and the cost of materials when pricing your art. This includes framing and shipping if applicable. The U.S. Department of Labor lists the average hourly wage for a fine artist is about $24.58 an hour. Use this to help you estimate. Your price should reflect the money and time you put into creating your art. Keep in mind that if you're a beginner, you might not get that $24 an hour right away. Art Biz Wiz, Corey Huff, of The Abundant Artist, uses this trick. If my prices don't make me feel at least uncomfortable that I'm charging too much, I'm probably undercharging. Charge what you're worth, within reason. Do keep the same price for your studio and galleries. If you're thinking of selling your work from your studio at lower prices than your gallery, think again. Galleries put time and energy into their sales and generally aren't happy to learn you've been selling work for a lot less. Take it from art biz coach Allison Stanfield, they will drop you like a hot frying pan. What's more, other galleries could learn about this and be less inclined to work with you. Make sure you have set prices that are generally the same for your studio and galleries. That way people can buy your work from either place and you can maintain a positive relationship with galleries. Don't let emotions get in the way. This is tough, we know. With all the time, creative effort, and emotion you invest in your work, it's easy to get attached. Being proud of your work is wonderful. Letting emotion impact your pricing is not. Pricing your work needs to be predominantly based on its physical attributes and not on personal value. Subjective quantities like emotional attachment are hard to explain to buyers. If there's a piece or two that is especially meaningful to you, consider keeping that work off the market or in your private collection. Most work is priced per square inch. Even though you value one piece more than the other, you cannot up the price on the ones you like more. Do have confidence and stand by your price. Whether you sell a lot of work or are new to the space, have confidence in yourself and your prices. State your price firmly and let the buyer respond. And ignore any nagging thoughts about lowering it. When you take the time to properly and realistically price your work, you can stand behind your price. If the buyer wants to go below that, you'll be ready to justify your price. Whether you're a new artist or switching mediums, determining a fair price for your art can pose a challenge.